mining mission to Brazil. So I'm pleased to invite our first speaker, Miss Claudine Pivain of Ambra, to make her pitch. Claudine, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, friends, and good afternoon, everyone. So I am Claudine Pivain, sales engineer for Ambra Solutions. Thank you for the opportunity for the presentation. So Ambra Solutions is a Canadian company who delivers turnkey private LTE 5G solutions for mining companies. Next slide, please. So we've been in the market for more than 13 years now, and we've helped customers all around the world to enable smart mining operations. So we currently have projects in Canada, Chile, Mexico, Finlandia, and so on. So what does actually a turnkey private solution means? Well, we've developed custom LTE devices for the mining industry, and this is actually what this partnership is about. We also have out-of-the-box deployment kits, so mines are autonomous in the deployment of the network. We provide, obviously, all the telecom expertise to support the project and all the after-sales technical support. We have no more than 400 kilometers of underground tunnels and thousands of mobile equipment converted to LTE communications. And actually, one of our customers, Agnico Eagle, published a press release, I would say something like 3 weeks ago, stating that they have automated almost 90% of their production process thanks to their private LTE network. So obviously, in the case of the current COVID situation, it proved to be both very productive for them and also very safe for their employees. I may share the press release if you're interested. Next slide, please. So what does a private LTE do? Actually, it's basically a communication highway. It connects workers to equipment all together, from the underground dozer to the crane at the port. You can have IoT sensors on the tailing at the process plant. You have your managers at headquarters being informed and taking decisions and communicating in real time. You can remote control your equipment, have geolocalization, even on the ground, all on a single network, fully owned by the mine. So it proved to be highly reliable, highly safe, and it helps with their productivity. Next slide, please. So how do we achieve this? Well, we design and provide the LTE network, but what we're looking for this partnership is more about the ecosystem of solutions and applications that can run on a LTE network. So we have two main solutions we would like to highlight. The first one is the intelligent positioning system that essentially provides geolocalization on the ground. It improves safety, definitely, with real-time tracking, collision avoidance, and obviously it helps with productivity. It is meant to be integrated with many kind of platforms, dispatch, ventilation monitoring, cap lamps, drones, so on. So for this product, we're looking for applications and sensors to be integrated with. We also have on the other side a rugged LTE modem that already supports many interfaces and is meant to provide connectivity to mining equipment. Here, we're looking more for equipment to convert to LTE, drones, dozers, trucks, pumps, sensors, you name it. Actually, these two solutions already come from collaborations with mining companies. This is something we usually discuss directly in the mine, in the channels, while installing equipment, working hand in hand with the customers, with the workers, and helping them develop and customize their solution. So we believe that there's a whole range of applications that can be developed in this partnership with LTE technology. Next slide, please. So how do we see this R&D partnership? Well, we see two kinds of partners. The first one are mining companies. We are used to this kind of opportunity. We offer them to test directly on site the products, get them tailored to the need, participate in their deployment. We love to discuss the constraints, the idea, elaborate solutions together. There's also the idea to influence the legislation about private LTE 5G networks to get something meaningful from the legislator. This is something we did in Canada. This is something we continue to do in Mexico, in Chile, to help mines have the right to operate their own network. The other partners we're looking for would be manufacturers of mining equipment. So there's the opportunity to integrate their solution with LTE 5G technology, have 5G ready products in their portfolio, have them tailored to the mining environment, have them rugged, have them running on innovative solutions, and so on. Next slide, please. So we're looking forward to continue this discussion, obviously. You can contact us during the B2B session tomorrow, anytime. You can have a look at our website, and you can reach out to my boss, Eric, or myself, Claudine, by sales or WhatsApp anytime. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Claudine, pour votre présentation. Thank you very much, Claudine. Moving on, I would like to invite Miss Bruna Mariano, a young lady that is living in Canada and working as a business development manager of Cascadia. So, Bruna, over to you.
Thank you so much, Franz. Boa tarde a todos e obrigado pela oportunidade de participar nesse evento. Então, como o Franz me apresentou, meu nome é Bruna, eu sou gerente de negócios da Cascadia e sou responsável pelo Brasil. Good afternoon, my name is Bruna and I'm a business representative manager for Portuguese speaker countries of Cascadia Scientific. The presentation will be in Portuguese, but I will be more than happy to answer any question in English, so feel free to send me an email. Próximo slide, Franz. A Cascadia Scientific possui negócio em 7 países, incluindo América do Norte, América do Sul e Austrália. Atualmente, nossos principais clientes são mineradoras e petroquímicas, e estamos no mercado há 2 anos, e a empresa é composta por 3 incríveis profissionais. E, por fim, nós somos financiados por um family office. Próximo slide, por favor. Agora que conhece um pouquinho do nosso background, né, o que é a nossa empresa, eu vou compartilhar um pouco sobre o que é o nosso serviço. A Cascadia apresenta alta precisão na medição de combustível, então se você quiser definir o que impulsiona o consumo de combustível na mina, a Cascadia consegue gerar relatórios com altíssima precisão. Além disso, nós conseguimos definir quais são as diferentes variáveis de uma mina que influenciam no consumo de combustível. Próximo slide, por favor. A pergunta agora é como fazemos isso, certo? Então, nós projetamos uma controladora e um medidor de fluxos específico para esse trabalho. Ambos foram testados no ambiente de equipamentos móveis de mineração e, por causa disso, conseguimos oferecer garantia em toda a nossa instrumentação. Nossas controladoras possuem IoT e também a conectividade com o bordo do equipamento. Os medidores, eles garantem a alta precisão no consumo de combustível por meio da linearização, da viscosidade e por meio da correção da densidade por meio da temperatura do fluido. Próximo slide, por favor. Sim? De fato, a medição de consumo de combustível por si só já é um dado riquíssimo, né? Mas para entender melhor os impactos do consumo de combustível, a gente começou a utilizar outros sensoriamentos, a gente adiciona novos sensores aí. Então, a gente utiliza um altímetro por pressão, que nos informa a distância vertical percorrida. Por meio da conectividade com o bordo, nós sabemos qual é o payload, RPM, qual é a marcha selecionada e muitas outras informações. Nós também temos uns sensores de 9 eixos, que nos informam qual é o ângulo da via, aceleração e desaceleração do equipamento, vibração. E para fechar nosso pacote de telemetria, nós temos um GPS e a conectividade com a nuvem. Próximo slide. Então, sabemos que os dados eles têm muito valor agregado por si só, mas a Cascadia tem algumas ferramentas que auxiliam, então, a gerar mais valor para a mineradora. Nesse slide, eu trago alguns dos serviços que realizamos e alguns dos casos que a gente trabalha bastante, mas eu encorajo a todos a irem ao nosso site e entenderem um pouco mais sobre cada um desses casos e também outras aplicações. O primeiro caso que eu trago é sobre a ferramenta de aprendizado de máquina para identificar ou predizer o consumo de combustível na frota. Em segundo lugar, realizamos a avaliação e ranqueamento da eficiência da frota e também avaliamos os ganhos obtidos por um novo petroquímico. Esse petroquímico pode ser um aditivo, um catalisador, um lubrificante. Também realizamos o que a gente realiza com o time de operação. A gente mede e identifica quais são os operadores mais eficientes e com isso a gente une o time de treinamento com mais informações. Por fim, a gente também traz os dados de telemetria, a gente cria um mapa de calor que a gente consegue mostrar o combustível sendo utilizado por metro, qual é a velocidade, o ângulo da via ou a vibração ali daquele segmento de via. E por fim, a gente faz análise de trolley, ou seja, uma análise de um projeto de forma geral, onde a gente consegue informações, por exemplo, de quais são os impactos de um consumo de combustível em diferentes cenários da mina. Próximo slide. Então, o que a gente está procurando como parceiros é resolver novos problemas por meio dessa base de dados que a gente trabalha, que a gente já coleta. Então, a gente busca oportunidades como o gerenciamento da emissão de gases, qualidade do óleo em caminhões fora de estrada, ou até mesmo expandir o tipo de equipamento que a gente atua, como trens, caminhões articulados, minas subterrâneas. E, claro, a gente também busca fazer novos testes de outros petroquímicos ou produtos que impactam na eficiência energética do equipamento. Próximo. Então, muito obrigada pela sua atenção e lembrando, there's a valuable data in your field, don't burn it. Please feel free to reach me. So, fique à vontade para me contactar por e-mail ou por WhatsApp e muito obrigada.
Bruna, muito obrigado pela sua apresentação. Thank you very much, Bruna, for presenting your company to us today. In the sequence, I would like to invite Mr. Grant Sanden, CEO of Enersoft, who is going to present his company to us. Grant, over to you.
Hello. Thank you very much for inviting us here today. It's a pleasure to present Enersoft to you. Enersoft is the world's most advanced application of machine vision and artificial intelligence to rocks and geoscience. Next slide, please. To introduce the company, we've been founded in 2013, and we apply artificial intelligence to oil and gas. Last year, we launched into mining and started with $1.3 million in revenue, and we have continued to expand. The business basis of Enersoft is we believe that better geological understanding is the point of maximum leverage for improvement in the economic and environmental and safety efficiency of subsurface resources. Our biggest customers are large Canadian multinational oil and gas customers, and we've just recently picked up some very large customers in Canadian mining. Next slide, please. This technology is in two parts. The first part is a robot that goes to the mine sites and scans all of the company's core and chips. And so what that gives us is the high resolution, high information data we need to apply artificial intelligence to geoscience. The second part of this is a fully geoscientific computing and digital rock platform. So all of the rock that a mining company would have is completely digitized and virtualized, and it's analyzed using the world's most advanced artificial intelligence algorithms. What that gives customers is way better understanding of their resources, improvement in processability and processing of ores, improvements in rock quality, mines and mine safety, and improvements in overall economics of global mining. Next slide, please. We can't talk about Enersoft without looking at rocks. What you just saw there was an example of finding platinum in gray rock. So the rare earth metal of platinum and the veins and all the typings, we're using sensors that go beyond the human eye, and they tell you what the rock's composition is, and specifically what metals are in the rock and exactly how much. So our most advanced customers in oil and gas, this year is their first year where rock will be going through our system and will have no lab testing done on it because they are so confident in our results. Again, we're very new to mining. So our mining customers were just starting with major pilots, but we anticipate the average customer will save 50% of their lab costs in their first year alone. And from there, they'll be able to be more responsive and adaptive in their operation. Next slide, please. We are a small company in Canada. We're growing very quickly, but what we're looking for is partners to help us advance this technology and pilot it in large operational settings. It is a complete solution for the geoscience, core description, rock understanding, and metals understanding in mining. And we're excited to put that together. Previous slide, please, or we're on an odd slide. Oh, thank you. But it would be our pleasure to have a conversation with interested parties and connect with you and see how we can deploy this technology into Brazilian mining. Of course, this technology, we support academic institutions in Canada and the US, and we would love to work with people who are excited or interested to work with machine vision on core to solve mining problems as well. So next slide, please. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to get to present to you today. Feel free to contact myself or go to our website, enersoft.ca, and we'd be happy to schedule a demo with you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Grant, for your presentation. Very interesting one. Moving on, I would like to invite Mr. Michael Metrick, a partner at Jump Analytics, to make his speech. Over to you, Michael.
Michael, you're on mute.
Well, that would help if I took that and got rid of that, didn't I? Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having us. Franz, if you could go to the next slide, please. So just a little background on who Jump Analytics are, who we are. So we were formed in 2017 by a collection of industry experts who have extensive knowledge and experience in how to deal with and understand data and dealing with data within very complex industries. We've chosen the path of wanting to get really deep into the mining industry and start to seek out new challenges within the mining area when it comes to data management, and managing data from the various multiple data sources and data sets that are used within a mining operation. We've been very thankful to date that we've been able to partner and collaborate with some of the largest mining companies in the world and really get to understand some of their challenges, which helped us to really formulate our strategy in building out our intellectual property and creating a product called the Jump Mine Analytics Framework. On top of that, we've been able to establish a global mining center of excellence, allowing us to establish some best practice patterns and capabilities to be able to extend our intellectual property and bring advancements to our clients in the area of data analytics and that sort of front. Next slide, please, Franz. When you look at our framework and break it down a little bit, we're not afraid of dealing with any of the mine operating systems that a mine system or a mine operator is to use, whether it be at the mine sites, multiple mine sites, or at the corporate area. And the core benefit of what our platform is if I look at some of the points down below there, is really that co-innovation capability and being able to establish those working relationships with partners in industry that want to develop and co-develop with us to bring advancements to the mining sector. There's many things that we do that the platform covers the full gamut of the mining operation, from exploration right to the selling of the materials post the mill. This is not an area that we haven't had expertise in and working with, and really look forward to being able to kind of branch out and meet with other firms that are wanting to embrace this technology. We'll go to the next slide, please. When we look at wanting to establish some relationships with some of the Brazilian counterparts, is wanting to really kind of embrace and look at their expertise to be able to engage and take their core capabilities and their technology, their services, and their technology they're providing to their mining clients, and really embed it within our framework and provide a platform that can be used to extend their product to connect and coordinate with other systems that are being used at the mine site and be able to provide that aggregated capability. So we're really excited to be able to reach out and meet with many of the customers and the other partners here within this event. We're looking forward to being able to have deeper discussions on where we can advance our innovation together. So please reach out to us and let us know when we can have a conversation about partnering and driving some innovation with mining data analytics in general. Next slide. So thank you very much. Contact information is there, and we'll look forward to having the chance to speak with you over the next day or so.
Thank you very much, Michael. So now I would like to invite Mr. Ryan Grum from Cognitive Spark for his speech. Ryan Grum is a co-founder of Cognitive Spark. Ryan, over to you.
Hi, everybody. Hello from my messy office in Canada. It's currently snowing outside as classic Canadian weather. Hopefully it's warmer where some of you folks are. I'm filling in from Dr. Rodney McAfee. Mr. McAfee had a family emergency, but he is actually he has a PhD in geotechnical engineering, and he's merged the tech background with a lot of experience in mining, and I'm hopefully that when he comes back online, if you find this conversation interesting, that you'll be able to connect with Dr. McAfee. So we're going to give you a quick overview of Cognitive Spark and a solution that we call Remote Spark. We're a software company, and we focus on remote worker support for the Microsoft HoloLens that take full advantage of 3D holographic visualizations, and we like to integrate IoT and AI into that solution. Next slide, please. So we've been in business for about 4 years. We've got 25 employees, but we're a little different than the average startup. One thing is the average age of our employees is like 40 plus. So we have a team of young folks that build the innovative software, but we have a lot of gray hair, experience in military, also manufacturing, nuclear, and in the industrial and mining sector. So we wanted to make sure we could take our technology, and the people that talk to industry are actually industry experts in the field. Next slide, please. So the problem we solve is remote worker support, and what we like to focus on is how do you get the information the worker needs right now? Because the person in the front line is the most important person in your tool chain when there is a problem. You know, day-to-day operations, you can train folks and have health and safety and different things. But when there is trouble, how do you get that worker informed the best way they can? We find with connecting a remote worker with an expert live with a video audio feed, it allows a worker, when maybe they don't have the experience in a particular piece of equipment, call on an expert to do it right so you don't have downtime. We find with a lot of our clients, they actually achieve a 60% reduction in expert travel. So a lot of senior, older folks who are the experts that don't want to travel as much as they used to, don't need to travel as much as they do anymore. And we also find, because a lot of folks are retiring, they can transfer their knowledge on the job to people that may be trained but with less experience. So it allows that real-time knowledge transfer. Next slide. So how do we do that? Our software runs on the Microsoft HoloLens, as you can see the gentleman in the picture is wearing. And the unique thing about the HoloLens is when you put it on, the field of view is transparent. Unlike VR, if you have virtual reality, it's like being disconnected from the world and you see that simulation. Where with the HoloLens, you can actually see through the glasses and see holograms in front of you of whatever you're working on. So if there's an advanced piece of equipment, you could have a hologram to see how to take that apart or how to fix it. But everything you see, that video and audio stream is being streamed back to the experts so they can see exactly what you can see, and your hands free. That way, if you have equipment in your hands, you don't have to pick up a tablet and look at it or pick up a book. You've got all the information in front of you while you're working on the scenario. One of the advanced features that we have is you can hook IoT data streams into those holograms. So if you had a piece of equipment that had pressure or heat or different metrics that you wanted to measure, but it didn't have a screen, or for safety reasons you didn't want to take it apart until you know what those metrics are, we can overlay those IoT feeds on a physical piece of equipment. Next slide, please. So some of the unique things about our solution is the low bandwidth requirement. We only need 256 kilobytes to do a video call. This is important because many sites don't have rich connectivity. It was interesting, the first presentation with private LTE. We would love to talk to you about that. That's exactly what our use case is to be able to put our system on private networks. Most providers like us use the cloud, and we have a cloud version available, but we also have an on-premise available. So you can put a server within your own private network and deliver our service to your experts and your clients, and that way you don't need cloud or big, rich connectivity. To connect the workers, it takes minutes. It's just like making a phone call on Skype or on Teams. And with the animated holograms, the step-by-step guides are very important. Examples of some ROI. Like I said before, 60% of expert travel could be eliminated. A lot of downtime, especially if you're in a remote location. If you have something break, sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 days for an expert to get on site. And this way you can minimize it to maybe an hour. So you have that sort of person on your shoulder as you're working at things, and eliminate some service calls by OEM suppliers. So when things break, they can evaluate the situation, maybe ship you the part instead of the expert having to get there and then ship you the part. Next slide, please. So goals of this partnership is some of the more advanced features for us are brand new. So the IoT integration is fairly new. We've only done a couple of integrations with the Canadian military. The object recognition, we have a little bit of AI, not the sophistication as the last conversation, but our AI is more, you take a look at a piece of equipment, if the system knows what it is, it'll actually pull down the holograms in a PDF and maybe a Word file to help explain what that is without having to call an expert. And also ERP integration, so maybe there's a trouble ticket that is flagged with your system that could come all the way down to the user to actually have them go take a look at that, then call back to an expert. But all these deep integrations take a lot of work, and there's nuances in enterprises that maybe we haven't worked through or learned yet. So we would like to work with some more advanced mining facilities that have IoT and sensor data, and how do we integrate that holographically so the remote worker really gets the information they need at that time to do their job the best way they can. So I'm not Dr. Rodney McAfee, I'm Ryan Groom, but he would be your main contact. And I'm looking forward to the one-on-one sessions tomorrow. Thank you very much.
So Ryan, thank you very much for your presentation. I just would like to tell you that we have 26, 27 centigrades plus outside Brazil right now, no clouds in the sky. So I'm afraid to say that. Thank you anyway.
Next year I want to visit.
Sure. Let's move ahead. Let me invite Mr. Dan Vroom, a business development manager at Minerva. Dan, over to you.
Thank you, Franz. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my home in Vancouver. My name is Dan Vroom. I'm with Minerva Intelligence based here in Vancouver. At Minerva, we're an AI technology company bringing solutions to poorly structured and limited geoscience data, especially in the mining and exploration fields. We were actually founded by an economic geologist. And today I'd like to introduce you to our Terra Mining AI suite. Next slide, please. So a little bit about Minerva. We're a global leader in cognitive artificial intelligence, and that means getting a computer to think and reason like a human does. So exploration and mining companies typically have mountains of data, but a lot of that data has problems. It's unstructured, it's not standardized, and so it's not readable by machines, and that means it's not really usable by most artificial intelligence applications. Without structuring, standardizing, and harmonizing that data, it's functionally useless for that. So we built Terra Mining AI Suite to solve these problems. Next slide, please. These are some of the companies and organizations that we've recently worked with for the Terra Mining AI Suite. Next slide, please. And this is the Terra Mining AI Suite. You can see here it has 4 components. The first of these is Solus, and Solus harmonizes poorly structured data and gets it ready for AI and human interpretation. We also have Driver, which does 3D analysis of multi-element zones, all of them for your drilling data. We have Leo, which is an intelligent document search engine specifically for mining and exploration. And we have Target, which quickly generates new deposit-specific drilling targets using artificial intelligence. Next slide, please. Quickly, one of the use cases for Solus, a global mining company that had a lot of different mines, projects, and data, had it all in different formats and different languages, and we standardized all of that for them using Solus. Next slide, please. Next is Driver, and Driver was recently used to do a metallurgical and geochemical analysis for a mining company, showing them potential new exploration vectors. Leo, companies are using Leo to search through all of their documents. Sorry, next slide, please. No matter where in the company they're located, in whatever data silos they're trapped, Leo can open those up and let people search for those wherever they are. And that's cloud-based, or we have an on-premise solution as well. And next slide, please. Next is Target. Target we use to create interactive web maps displaying new exploration targets. We recently did this in Mexico for 3 regions there, and we've also done it for Brazil. Next slide, please. We've already collected, compiled, and rendered an interactive web map of Brazil, showing the top 300 targets across the country for 12 major deposit types. So we're looking for partners. Next slide, please. Thank you, Desiree. We're looking for partners in Brazil to help us develop, translate, and incorporate Portuguese language taxonomies to build our client base in Brazil for Solus and Leo. We're looking for mining and exploration partners to help us localize Driver as well and help build deposit models using instances of existing mines. And finally, we're looking to partner with mining and exploration companies to follow up on what we've learned with our Brazil target prospectivity map. Next slide, please, Desiree. And that's basically it for the Terra Mining AI suite. I'd love to talk to you. We have some meetings scheduled, but please feel free to get in touch to learn more about our products and our company. Thank you for watching. Back to you, Franz.
Thank you very much, Dan. Thank you for your presentation. So keep moving ahead. Let's invite Mr. Chudari Minaville, a co-founder of Inteligente, who will present his company to all of us. Chudari, over to you.
Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. It depends on where you are. My name is Chudari Minaville. I'm a co-founder of Inteligente. We are located in Edmonton, Alberta. The reason we started this company here is one, close proximity to mining, which is oil and gas mining. And the second one is close proximity to a AI research center, which is out of the University of Alberta. Some of you already may know one segment of reinforcement learning, which is part of the artificial intelligence. The forefather of reinforcement learning is from Alberta, University of Alberta, and he is one of the inspirers for us to start this company. Again, our goal through Inteligente is to reduce the variability in the operations, and we help control room operators. So our artificial intelligence solutions will run on any SCADA systems, PLCs, DCS, and we collect the data, which is mostly ignored, and provide an actionable insights to the operators. We have a strong team located in Edmonton, and we have a global operations both in Canada and India, and our focus is on process control and optimization. Our solutions are mostly in mining and metals, and also oil and gas. So we were able to showcase a value through our solutions, either through improving the throughput by 3% or optimizing or reducing the reagent consumptions or reducing the energy usage in their operations for about 42%. Next slide, please. In core, as I said, we collect data from the source, which is from the plant, and we apply our digital twins solutions and provide the continuous real-time insights to the control room operators so that they will have a better control over the process, which would enable them to reduce the cost of operations. At the same time, by having a tighter controls, it will help indirectly reduction of greenhouse gas reductions. Next slide, please. I will take one example to give you what we have done and how this solution will work. What I'm illustrating here is a high pressure acid leach circuit in a downstream mining operations. In this case, ore is coming in, and variability in ore, operators has to make a decision on how much steam they can add and H2SO4, and also how to maintain the flow rate and other aspects of it. It's the information is keep coming, and the lab analysis will be available for only 6 hours, and the operators are based on their experience, they manage the process. This is where we help provide a continuous feedback based on the information that is coming in and understanding the safety and process. We are sitting on top of their existing control systems in a supervisory control layer. Through that, we were able to showcase close to $2 million Canadian savings, and also by having a tighter controls and bringing some of the unprofitable decisions into within the ranges, we were able to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. Next slide, please. We are looking for the partners which could help us either providing the data or access to the industrial data, which we could apply applied research on it, or partners with a deep applied research and collaborate with the AI research projects itself. So we would like to talk to partners or collaborators who had extensive knowledge in applied research, or people who had enormous data and wanted to learn what AI can do. Our ideal partner would be a university with a deep research, fundamental research, or industrial partners or access to industrial data who wanted to understand how AI can help. We would like to talk. We have a couple of meetings set up for tomorrow, but I would like to, next slide, please. I would like to get in touch, each one of you, and in some cases, we may not know all the problems in the industry. And if you have a problem or would like to solve an industrial problem, let's have a conversation tomorrow or in the future. My information is here, and we are passionate about solving the industrial problems and reducing the greenhouse emissions. Thank you.
Shudari, I would like to thank you very much for your presentation and taking this moment to invite Dr. Irina Montenenko, the president of Osorno, to make her pitch. Dr. Irina, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Irina Matnenko, and while I was listening to these fascinating presentations, I was thinking, how can we, the Azorna group, actually come into this site, because we are coming from the area of water and wastewater treatment and not involved yet in any mining. Have some experience, but not that much. Anyway, just to be very specific about what do we do, please, next slide. We concentrate on the artificial intelligence implementation in the water and wastewater treatment processes. We are solution company, solution provider, but in order to make this solution, we are actually finding the sensors and other devices, making them smart and available over the internet, that they would be able to provide the data over the Ethernet. Data would be collected and they analyzed, and then process will run. Out of 20 years of Azorna existence in Canada, 15 years are actually spent for this artificial intelligence project. This is our R&D, which we are running for a long time. The concentrated, because we are the small company, we have 13 employees, we concentrate around the remote communities. And for us, remote access is a key point for the support of the remote plants, and also for the support of the processes which are running remotely and control from the centralized place. The areas of expertise and the targets in our R&Ds are the plant security, because you always need secure access, that the data would not be lost or stolen. This is communication between the PLC, which is running the process, and the SCADA, which is collecting the database and information. And then in development of intelligent devices, which would be responsible for the data, providing of the data. And then because we are dealing with the wastewater processes, we are also working on the microbial life science project, which allows us to detect the microorganisms life cycle. Next slide, please. The communication, for communication, we did this was the first approach what we did. We developed the protocol. Everything what we do is based on the open source software. Was developed a TCP/IP protocol, which is universal, and the Azorna automation protocol also by now is registered with IANA, and it allows us to communicate between the PLC and SCADA in any application. Next slide, please. This is actually the visualization, what you can get out of the visualization screens of the SCADA. The SCADA is based on the open source software. This is the work of Azorna, but the process is open source. This is allowing us to see the process, visualize the process, and see all data information. SCADA collects also everything what is behind this. All information from the sensors are entered every minute and be collected, and then it can be analyzed. Next slide, please. These are just the examples of the several sensors that were done. We are not limited by the type of the sensor, because what we do with the sensors, we are using sensor and then digitalize sensor signal. Then we add to the sensor the website, and we make the sensor working as a server, which is sending constantly data of information over the internet. We try to minimize the requirement for the Ethernet capacity, just to provide maximum amount of the information. Next slide, please. This is just one of the examples of the smart sensor. This is and website of the sensor. We produce electronics. We are doing the transmitters ourselves. This is our development, and then it allows us to digitalize all signals. Next slide, please. The microbial life science, this is the results of the sensor collection data, and then you can see graphs, but the analysis can be done in the table version or in the CSV files, in the graphical representations, whatever is required. Next slide, please. When I was thinking about the R&D partners, I think the smart remote control, the communication, and the data monitoring and collection would be the targeted areas which we would be interested to partner, because we can provide digitalization of the signal. This is our development, actually. Digitalize all signal and make them available over the internet on any type of the internet communication. Next slide, please. Yes, we have scheduled meetings, and I'm looking forward for these meetings. If you have questions, you can find my information on this slide. Email me, phone. We are always available, and we are open for any question and for any offers for development. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Dr. Irina. So we are getting to the end. But in order to conclude this Canadian pitch panel, I would like to invite Mr. Alvin Pike, the CEO of Titan Logics, to introduce his company to us. Alvin, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Franz. Boa tarde, seja bem-vindo. Good afternoon and welcome from sunny Alberta. Meu nome é Alvin Pike. I am the CEO of Titan Logics Corp. I know your time is valuable, so I appreciate the time that you have with me today. Thank you very much. Next slide, please. Who is Titan Logics? As simply stated, we are a data generation and data management company. At Titan Logics, we digitally transform your supply chain through data automation. Specifically, we monitor and track fluid assets such as oil, water, fuel, chemicals, acids, and other fluids needed for mining industry. The data we create is specifically intended to monitor and control supply chain workflow processes. We provide important asset data, including volume, geoposition, cargo weight, and other important supply chain data. We're passionate about road safety. The well-being of our families and yours is at the top of why we do what we do. Next slide, please. The graphic you see here represents the 5-part application of an IoT-enabled digital supply chain solution for liquid asset monitoring. It shows how Titan's hardware and its data management software form part of the digital supply chain. On the left are a few of Titan's edge sensors. The TD100 or THAS sensor is Titan's hazardous area classified level gauge. It produces accurate volume measurement onboard liquid assets. Our level gauge has dominated the mobile tanker market for over 20 years with more than 29,000 devices in service today. Titan Tank Scan level gauge accurately measures volume in stationary tanks. Along with Tank Scan, we have several other measurement technologies available for various fluids, tank shapes, and sizes. Titan's technologies include free space radar, guided wave radar, and ultrasonic level measurement. The Titan T-Load onboard weigh scale is a white labeled third-party device designed to accurately measure weight of cargo on board. It is specifically designed for the use in aggregates and minerals hauling. It is at the heart of all of Titan's equipment is the Smart Truck Edge computer. Titan's ST Edge is a field-hardened computer running a Linux operating system. It is designed for flexibility in programming. It provides Titan and our customers the ability to create custom applications running locally at the equipment. The ability to pre-analyze and precondition data prior to being sent to the cloud is the key. Efficiencies in data are achieved. The ST Edge is also capable of handling several wired and wireless communications protocols, providing flexibility in connection types. At the top of the slide is Titan's Data System, or TDS Cloud Platform. It utilizes the Amazon AWS Cloud technology to efficiently connect to and collect data from the ST Edge and connected edge sensors. The TDS Cloud provides a scalable data system with elastic storage capability. Additional edge sensors can be added easily and configured utilizing two-way communications the ST Edge provides. Other programs can be remotely uploaded and deployed to the ST Edge. And finally, Titan's agnostic API, the DCON, is a software tool created by the Titan team to allow our customers to easily access the data they need for their accounting and ERP software systems. Next slide, please. We provide critical data for your supply chain applications, data for smart contracts, data for automated order and invoicing applications, data for automated invoice approval. Why? Because data is accurate and untouched by humans. Data for provenance. We can track the assets from cradle to grave. Untouched data for security and trust. And who are Titan Logic customers? Transportation companies hauling fuels and aggregates in the supply chain, mining companies hauling and processing minerals and aggregates, data analytics and data software companies. I've heard a few great ones today that I'd like to get in touch with after this. And finally, first and last mile logistics providers. Next slide, please. I urge you to connect with me soon to learn about the great things that we can do together. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's one-to-ones. We almost have a full slate, but I'm looking for more people to speak with. Muito obrigado. Thank you.
Alvin, I would like to thank you very much for the welcome words in Portuguese you have said. Thank you very much for your efforts. Am I right saying that tomorrow for the B2Bs, you are ready to have your B2Bs in Portuguese language?
I wish, friends. I took the time to learn a few phrases in Portuguese, and it sparked some curiosity in me to learn a lot more, so that next year I can actually come to Brazil.
So, anyways, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, we have just finished our first part of the pitch with the Canadian